2 years have passed since Naruto awakened his Sharingan, learned about his father and learned about Natsumi being his sister as well as a Jinchuriki. His training started off good, but then it slowed down as Sayuri's illness got even worse. She tried her hardest to keep it from him, but as time wore on, it became more obvious. He often would stay by her side all day to take care of her and miss school, but he didn't care since his mother came first. Sayuri knew she was on borrowed time and tried to stay strong, but she was losing strength every day. Naruto nearly missed his entire year of school as he refused to leave his mother's side. It took Kurenai and Anko saying they'd watch her for him in order to get him to go back to school. While he was in school, everyone noticed his dramatic change while he was there. At first he would talk to people if they talked to him, but now he was withdrawn and didn't seem to care about anything. Natsumi would talk to him, but it would be a short conversation as he would just walk away. To Natsumi, they were great friends and she wanted to help him, but Naruto refused her help. Natsumi was the only person to get Naruto to talk and it made some of the girls in class mad. The result of Naruto being distant to everyone reminded the older generation of a younger Kakashi. His mom tried to cheer him up a bit and it worked a little, but Naruto was sad that he was going to lose his mother before she saw him graduate the academy. The illness of his mother made him read more on medical ninjutsu, so he'd walk around reading a book and even had the idea of combining fuinjutsu with medical ninjutsu. Despite his training slowing down, he was still able to keep up with what he was taught so far and improved on it. He had great chakra control since he completed leaf balancing, pebble balancing, kunai balancing and tree walking. His reserves were unnaturally large, but he learned his father also had large chakra reserves, so it was only natural for him to have that as well. He mastered the fireball jutsu since it was like a rite of passage for Uchiha clan members, but he had a hard time with it and Sayuri figured he didn't have a fire chakra nature or it wasn't his main affinity. His taijutsu was low genin level and it was at the top of his class. His ninjutsu was limited for the time being since he only knew the fireball jutsu, substitution, henge and clone jutsu. He was the best in his class when it came to kunai and shuriken throwing as he would get 10 out of 10 each time he was tested on it. He was offered the chance to graduate early, but he declined. He made no friends really in school since he didn't try to. Natsumi doesn't count in his book since she's his sister and he met her before the academy started. They hung out quite a bit during the day and she normally spent her day at the Ichiraku ramen stand or with Ino Yamanaka, who had a huge crush on Sasuke Uchiha. Speaking of Sasuke, Naruto finally met him and he personally didn't care for him, but he didn't hate him. He was neutral towards him. He met Itachi and Shisui as well, but they were always busy and secretive. He knew why they were secretive since it had to do with the tension that reached its breaking point between the village and the Uchiha clan. While Naruto didn't say anything, he knew what was going on as he paid attention to everything going on around him even if it didn't seem like it. His mission protecting Natsumi over the years was going slow, but that's because they were in the academy and nobody knew where she lived except for Naruto. He's even spent the night over there a few times and stayed up all night with her until she eventually fell asleep. He found out her dream was to become the Hokage and he honestly believed she could become Hokage. Currently he was sitting in class next to Natsumi who wasn't really paying attention. This class is so boring. All he does is talk. Natsumi said. If we're lucky he'll talk so much that his mouth will fall off so we don't need to hear him anymore. Naruto said and Natsumi gasped. Did you just make a joke? You haven't joked since your mom got even more sick. Is she okay? Natsumi asked and Naruto sighed. No. It's only a matter of time before she can no longer fight it. I don't get it. Konoha is supposed to have one of if not the best hospitals across the nations, yet they couldn't find out what was wrong with her. Naruto said. Maybe she'll pull through. Natsumi said. It's good that you remain hopeful, but she isn't getting any better. I've even tried to ask the old man to send an urgent message to his student Tsunade Senju, but the messenger was killed before he could deliver the message to her. Naruto said. And Uchiha asking a Senju for help? That's ironic given their history. Natsumi said. That history is before I was born and would be stupid for me to continue it. Naruto said. I guess you're right. What are you doing after school? Natsumi asked. I'm going to the hospital to see my mom and then get some training done. Naruto said. I'd go with you, but I need to do some training of my own. Natsumi said. Where will you be training? Naruto asked. Why? Are you trying to steal some of my awesome ninja moves? Natsumi asked. Please. I just figured I'd take you out for some ramen, but I think I'll just head home. Naruto said. What? No. We can go. Natsumi said. Naruto and Natsumi. Care to tell the rest of the class what you're talking about? Their teacher yelled. Yeah. We're discussing something private. It's not like you're teaching us anything new. We learned about chakra last year. Naruto said. You know what? Naruto, you can go too. An Umbu appeared in the room and gave the teacher a slip of paper before leaving. Actually, you need to go to the hospital. This says it's urgent. The teacher said, and Naruto basically flew out of the room. Hospital. Naruto arrived at the hospital and didn't even bother to stop at the front desk. Nurses wanted to stop him, they realized who it was and left him alone. They tried everything they could, but didn't have the right medicine to treat his mother, and they seemed to be losing money every year. As he was running through the hospital, he had his Sharingan activated to evade anyone in his way until he reached his mother's hospital room. When he went inside, Anko, Kurenai and Mikoto were all there with sad looks on their faces. We'll leave you two alone, Mikoto said, and they walked out. Come here, Naruto, Sayuri said, as she held out her arms for a hug. I guess I can't ask how you're feeling, huh? Naruto asked, and she chuckled. I guess not, but it's what you've been preparing for. I tried to stay strong for you, but I wasn't strong enough, Sayuri said. No. You were strong. You're the strongest person I know, Naruto said. I'm happy to hear you say that. Where's Natsumi? Sayuri asked. She's still at school. I didn't bring her since I left right after the teacher told me to come here, Naruto said, and she nodded. She's a good girl. I only wish I was able to adopt her so she wouldn't grow up alone. At least she has you in her life, Sayuri said. Yeah, but it sucks that she doesn't know we're related, Naruto said, and she started to cough, so he gave her some water. Thank you. Listen, I need to tell you something important, Sayuri said. What is it? Naruto asked. The Uchiha clan is planning a coup d'état. I'm sure you've noticed the brewing tension between the Uchiha clan and the village. The reason for this is because the village blames us for the Nine Tails attack, since the Sharingan has the power to control the Nine Tails. Fugaku is leading the coup, and I don't want you to get involved in it, Sayuri said. What's going to happen? Naruto asked. I'm one of the 3 people in the clan that know about the coup and are against it. Hiruzen is trying to bring peace between the two and work something out, but it's not going as he hoped. I don't think we have much time left before the coup happens. We both know I won't live much longer, so I want you to go to the secret bunker I told you about that your father built and stay there. It's protected by a barrier so nobody can sense where you're at, Sayuri said, and started coughing. Mom, Naruto said, and started to cry. Just listen, Naruto. I'm sorry I won't be able to see you become a ninja, but I'm happy to have seen you take your first steps to becoming a ninja. My baby boy is growing up so fast. It almost seems like it was just yesterday when I found out I was pregnant with you. I won't be able to see you graduate, leave on your first mission, or even get a girlfriend. Make sure you find a girl that actually loves and cares about you to start a family with and treat her with respect, Sayuri said. I will, Naruto said. Don't let these little fangirls sink their claws into you. There's so much more that I want to say to you, but I simply can't put it into words. Make sure Natsumi grows up big and strong so she can achieve her dream of becoming Hokage. Also be wary of a man named Danzo Shimura. He's evil, cunning, and will do anything to get you to join his side. He's probably plotting on you to capture you as we speak, but as long as you stay with Kurenai and Anko, you'll be fine. Kurenai has agreed to let you live with her, and I've already signed the papers for her to be your legal guardian. I need to tell you something about your Sharingan, Sayuri said. What about it? Naruto asked. You have the most powerful Sharingan eyes within the Uchiha clan. Maybe in the history of the Uchiha clan. You unlocked your Sharingan after you saved Natsumi for the first time, and you were only 5 when that happened. You were able to cast minor genjutsu with them while they only had 1 tomo, and now that you have a 2 tomo in your Sharingan, its visual prowess is even greater. However, there is one important thing you should know. Eventually you'll unlock your Manjikyu Sharingan and its abilities, then lose your eyesight, but there is a way to cure your blindness, Sayuri said, and wiped tears from his face. How? Naruto asked. When I die, I want you to remove my eyes and store them in that container I have right there. The storage seal you had placed on your shoulder is where I want you to keep them. On the Uchiha stone tablet it says you can restore the light of your Manjikyu with an Uchiha you have strong blood ties with, and since I'm your mother, I want you to have my eyes. Do not fall into the Uchiha clan's curse of hatred and keep yourself surrounded by loved ones, Sayuri said. I will. I have Anko, Kurenai, and Natsumi. Naruto said. That's good. Try to find Lady Tsunade and have her look over the notes for my illness and see if she can come up with a cure. I don't want anybody to go through this kind of pain. Sayuri said, and Naruto nodded. I haven't given up. I'm even trying to make medical seals. I just wish I was able to finish them to save you. Naruto said. Don't worry, Naruto. Take your time. They need to be perfect, and if you rush them, then you'll make a mistake. Think of it like this, you can possibly save millions of people with this idea of yours. While I would have loved to use one of your seals, I've come to embrace my fate while doing everything I could to overcome it. Sayuri said. It'll take me some time to get over this, even though it's been getting closer and closer every day. Naruto said. It's okay to mourn. Just don't turn out like Kakashi. Sayuri said. I don't even know who that is. Naruto said. You'll find out eventually. Sayuri said and gave Naruto the biggest hug she could. I love you, Mom. Naruto said. I love you too, Naruto. You'll always be my little maelstrom. Sayuri said, and it was as if a switch was flipped, and then she took her final breath while he was holding her. He cried silent tears as he held his mother since he didn't want anybody to hear him. Kurenai and Anko came into the room with tears as they heard the last bit of their conversation, then joined in the hug. After a few minutes, Naruto asked them if they could leave the room to give him some space, and they did. Naruto steeled his nerves and removed his mother's eyes like she asked him to, then he placed them in the container she had before sealing them away. He stayed in her room until it was late at night, even after they removed her body. They were going to remove her organs for testing, but Naruto didn't trust these nurses since he's never seen them before and was against it. He told Hiruzen, who was there, that he's going to burn her body. Hiruzen nodded and sealed the body away until Naruto was ready to cremate his mother. He finally stood up and looked at himself in the mirror, then started to clean his face. As he was doing this, his Sharingan activated with both tomos in each eye, spinning rapidly before turning into 3 tomos in each eye. However, his Sharingan kept spinning before it turned into his own Manjikyu Sharingan. Image on profile. One last gift, I guess. Naruto said and walked out of the hospital. Hokage Monument. Naruto left the hospital and went to the Hokage Monument just to clear his mind. He could have gone back to class, but he opted not to and had Kurenai tell his teacher that he wouldn't be returning. He didn't know how much time had passed, but the sun was starting to set, so he would be leaving. As he was about to leave, he heard someone walking up on him, but he didn't bother to turn around. Naruto Uchiha. The person said. What do you want? Naruto asked. Straight to the point. My name is Danzo Shimura and I have an offer I'm sure you'd like to hear. Danzo said. So this is the guy Mom told me about. Most likely he wants the Sharingan on his side. Naruto thought. Not interested. Naruto said. Just hear me out. I mean no harm. Danzo said. If you didn't mean any harm, then you wouldn't have come with backup. Naruto said. He's able to detect my Anbu. Danzo thought and gave a slight signal for them to be ready. They are just my bodyguards. Danzo said. You have 30 people hiding. That's not bodyguards. Not even the Hokage walks around with that much protection, and I highly doubt you're more important than he is in the village. You came here to take me by force if I didn't listen to your offer. I know what you want and my answer is still no. Naruto said. You have the most powerful Sharingan eyes within the Uchiha clan. Maybe in the history of the Uchiha clan. You unlocked your Sharingan after you saved Natsumi for the first time, and you were only 5 when that happened. You were able to cast minor genjutsu with them while they only had 1 tomo, and now that you have a 2 tomo in your Sharingan, its visual prowess is even greater. However, there is one important thing you should know. Eventually you'll unlock your Manjikyu Sharingan and its abilities, then lose your eyesight, but there is a way to cure your blindness. Sayuri said and wiped tears from his face. How? Naruto asked. When I die, I want you to remove my eyes and store them in that container I have right there. The storage seal you had placed on your shoulder is where I want you to keep them. On the Uchiha stone tablet it says you can restore the light of your Manjikyu with an Uchiha you have strong blood ties with, and since I'm your mother, I want you to have my eyes. Do not fall into the Uchiha clan's curse of hatred and keep yourself surrounded by loved ones. Sayuri said. I will. I have Anko, Kurenai and Natsumi. Naruto said. That's good. Try to find Lady Tsunade and have her look over the notes for my illness and see if she can come up with a cure. I don't want anybody to go through this kind of pain. Sayuri said and Naruto nodded. I haven't given up. I'm even trying to make medical seals. I just wish I was able to finish them to save you. Naruto said. Don't worry, Naruto. Take your time. They need to be perfect, and if you rush them, then you'll make a mistake. Think of it like this: you can possibly save millions of people with this idea of yours. While I would have loved to use one of your seals, I've come to embrace my fate while doing everything I could to overcome it. Sayuri said. It'll take me some time to get over this, even though it's been getting closer and closer every day. Naruto said. It's okay to mourn. Just don't turn out like Kakashi. Sayuri said. I don't even know who that is. Naruto said. You'll find out eventually. Sayuri said and gave Naruto the biggest hug she could. I love you, Mom. Naruto said. I love you too, Naruto. You'll always be my little maelstrom. Sayuri said, and it was as if a switch was flipped, and then she took her final breath while he was holding her. He cried silent tears as he held his mother, since he didn't want anybody to hear him. Kurenai and Anko came into the room with tears as they heard the last bit of their conversation, then joined in the hug. After a few minutes, Naruto asked them if they could leave the room to give him some space, and they did. Naruto steeled his nerves and removed his mother's eyes like she asked him to, then he placed them in the container she had before sealing them away. He stayed in her room until it was late at night, even after they removed her body. They were going to remove her organs for testing, but Naruto didn't trust these nurses since he's never seen them before and was against it. He told Hiruzen, who was there, that he's going to burn her body. Hiruzen nodded and sealed the body away until Naruto was ready to cremate his mother. He finally stood up and looked at himself in the mirror, then started to clean his face. As he was doing this, his Sharingan activated with both tomos in each eye spinning rapidly before turning into 3 tomos in each eye. However, his Sharingan kept spinning before it turned into his own Manjikyu Sharingan. Image on profile. One last gift, I guess. Naruto said and walked out of the hospital. Hokage Monument. Naruto left the hospital and went to the Hokage Monument just to clear his mind. He could have gone back to class, but he opted not to and had Kurenai tell his teacher that he wouldn't be returning. He didn't know how much time had passed, but the sun was starting to set, so he would be leaving. As he was about to leave, he heard someone walking up on him, but he didn't bother to turn around. Naruto Uchiha. The person said. What do you want? Naruto asked. Straight to the point. My name is Danzo Shimura and I have an offer I'm sure you'd like to hear. Danzo said. So this is the guy Mom told me about. Most likely he wants the Sharingan on his side. Naruto thought. Not interested. Naruto said. Just hear me out. I mean no harm. Danzo said. If you didn't mean any harm, then you wouldn't have come with backup. Naruto said. He's able to detect my Ambu. Danzo thought and gave a slight signal for them to be ready. They are just my bodyguards. Danzo said. You have 30 people hiding. That's not bodyguards. Not even the Hokage walks around with that much protection, and I highly doubt you're more important than he is in the village. You came here to take me by force if I didn't listen to your offer. I know what you want and my answer is still no. Naruto said. Perhaps you should reconsider. Join me and I can make you as powerful as you'd like. We can build a village together that is unstoppable. I can even train you in the use of your Sharingan. My men will push you to your limits and beyond them. Together, we can rule this village and bring it to newer heights. Danzo said. You can't teach me something I already know about. My training is perfectly fine and I don't need help from somebody like you. As for ruling this village, I'm not interested in becoming its leader. Being Hokage isn't something that interests me. Naruto said. Then perhaps the cure for your mother's disease will suffice in exchange for you joining me. Danzo said and smirked a bit. I'd rather have my mom die rather than take something from you, and I'm sure she'd say the exact same thing. You wasted your time coming here. Naruto said and stood up. I've noticed you've gotten close to Natsumi Uzumaki. It would be a shame if something bad were to happen to her. She should watch her back. Danzo said and started to walk away, but Naruto spoke up. You won't touch, and we both know why. You'd risk unleashing the 9 tails if you did that, and then you'd have to answer Hiruzen about why you attacked Natsumi. That eye you have hidden in your right eye socket isn't even strong enough to help you against the 9 tails. That's why you want me, or more specifically my Sharingan, because you know it's stronger than the one you have in your head right now. I noticed all of the spies in the Uchiha clan district, mainly around me. Me and my mom purposely talked about my Sharingan in the open while training so they'd report to whoever sent them. Naruto said. He planned for this meeting, but didn't know it was going to be me. I've been outsmarted but a mere child. Danzo thought. Now that I know who was sending them after me, I have a message for you. Naruto said. What is it? Danzo asked and narrowed his eye. Do not bother me and stop sending your spies after me in Natsumi. You'll regret it. Naruto said and glared at him. Why can't I move? Genjutsu, of course. Danzo thought, and when he released the genjutsu, Naruto was gone. 2 weeks later. 2 weeks passed and Naruto was currently walking towards the Uchiha clan district. He hasn't been there ever since his mom died and lived in the secret bunker like she said to. The reason he wanted to head to the Uchiha district is because he wanted to read the Uchiha stone tablet. The Uchiha clan was killed the week prior by Itachi after they were about to launch the coup. Shisui mysteriously died and Itachi was blamed for it. News spread wildly about the Uchiha massacre and that it was Itachi who did it. Both Naruto and Sasuke were the only survivors and the entire village started to treat them like royalty. They were questioned, but Naruto wasn't there so he didn't say anything. Anko, Kurenai and Natsumi thought he was dead, but he told them he was somewhere safe and away from everybody. He made contact with Itachi after it happened and told him he already knew why this had to happen. That surprised Itachi, but he was even more shocked when Naruto asked who the other person was that he kept detecting. The person he was feeling would appear in one area, but then he would be in a completely different section of the district. Itachi only told him to watch after Sasuke for him before he suddenly left and Naruto told him that he's not a babysitter. Naruto made it to the Naka shrine and went underneath it to start reading the tablet. At first he wasn't sure if he should read it, but something came over him and made him read it. So far all he read was the warnings about the Sharingan and the misfortune it could bring, which he figured it was the curse of hatred his mom told him about. He also came by the techniques of the Manjikyu Sharingan and carefully read them. Amaterasu was an ability that produced black flames that would not stop burning until the target was completely incinerated. The flames cannot be extinguished with water, the passage of time or any other normal methods, and only the user can put the flames out. Tsukuyomi was a genjutsu that inflicted real pain and the genjutsu lasted for 3 days inside, but on the outside only 3 seconds would have passed. It also said that only another Manjikyu user can break the Tsukuyomi and you need to make eye contact in order to make the jutsu work. Susanoo is a gigantic humanoid avatar made of the user's chakra that surrounds them and fights on their behalf. It is an extension of the user's will and has multiple stages before it's complete. Kamui, a spacetime ninjutsu that allows the user to transfer objects to and from another dimension. It creates a spiraling void and distorts their form as they're traveling between dimensions. Koto Amatsukami, an extremely powerful genjutsu that completely manipulates someone's thoughts. The victim believes that they are doing what they are doing by their own will. Kagutsuchi, a technique that allows the user to shape the black flames of Amaterasu, allowing the user to manipulate them at will. While Naruto was reading the techniques, he noticed his mother's timed skip ability wasn't there and he figured that it was a secret ability that was never unlocked before. He read about the consequences of using the Manjikyu Sharingan and something caught his eye that didn't make sense. It says the only way to unlock the Manjikyu Sharingan was to kill your best friend. He didn't kill his best friend and neither did his mom. That information was false and he wondered why that was written there. He read something else about a god seeking stability was divided into yin and yang, but when these two came together you obtain all things in creation. He thought about that for a while and the only thing he could think of was the Sage of Six Paths, but nobody actually has any legit information on him. It talked about having the power to control the tailed beasts, but he doubted he'd ever want to do that. It also said that when someone who possesses the power of Sasra approaches the moon, an eye will open that is reflected on the moon to grant the eternal dream. It mentioned something about an infinite Tsukuyomi and that it's the only way to save the Uchiha clan. He couldn't read anything else, but used his brain to guess that the infinite Tsukuyomi was nothing more than a more advanced version of the Tsukuyomi. If that was the case, he wondered how a genjutsu was supposed to save the Uchiha clan. This tablet doesn't make any sense, Naruto said and left. Academy next day. Class was going on as usual and Natsumi was sad again since Naruto still hasn't come to class. Without him there to defend her, her grades were slipping and she fell from top 10 to the middle of the class. Their teacher was in the middle of the lesson when the door slid open revealing Naruto reading a medical ninjutsu book. Naruto, you're 3 hours late. Last week was an exception for your absence, but I can't allow it today. Why are you late? The teacher asked. Funny story actually. I was walking to school and on my way here the Inuzuka dogs were trying to kill a black cat so I had to take the long way around. Naruto said and the teacher just banged his head in the chalkboard. Great. He's just like Kakashi. the teacher thought. Does he really expect anybody to believe that? Natsumi thought. Chen. Sasuke thought. I am glad Naruto made it to class. Hinata thought. Just go sit down. The teacher said. Sure. Naruto said and sat in his seat. Why are you late? Natsumi asked. I just told you why. Naruto said. Whatever. Listen, I've got an extra room in my place if you need to use it. Natsumi said. Thanks for the offer, but I'll have to pass. My sister is letting me stay in her place. Naruto said. I didn't know you had a sister. Natsumi said. You also don't know that you have a brother. Naruto thought. She's not really my sister, but she's been watching me ever since I was born. You haven't met her yet because she's always out on missions since she wants to become a jonin. Naruto said. Then I can't wait to meet her. Natsumi said. I'm sure you can't. Naruto said. Have you been training at all these past 2 weeks? Natsumi asked. Yeah, but I've mainly been working on my speed and taijutsu. Naruto said. I bet I can kick your ass. Natsumi said. You'd lose that bet. Naruto said. Whatever. Want to grab some ramen after school? Natsumi asked. I have to make a stop, but I'll meet you there. Naruto said. Yes. I'll finally reclaim my crown for most ramen bowls eaten. Believe it. Natsumi said. Right. Naruto said. Take your mask off while you eat. It's weird seeing you seemingly stuck food through the mask. How do you do that anyway? Natsumi asked. If I told you then it wouldn't be funny to look at your face trying to figure it out. Naruto said. Why do you wear a mask anyway? Are you ugly? Natsumi asked. No. I have my reasons, but until certain requirements are met, I can't show my face to people. My father was a very powerful man and if I take my mask off you'd be able to tell who my father is right away. Even though he's dead, his enemies would still come after me and I'm not strong enough to face them. Naruto said. I see. Well, hopefully when you get stronger you can show me your face. Natsumi said. How about this? When I'm able to handle a Jonin-level ninja, I'll stop wearing my mask. Does that sound fair? Naruto asked. Yup. Natsumi said. So, how's everything been since I've been gone? Naruto asked. Horrible. I fell from the top 10 in class to the middle. I don't understand it. I know I got everything right and I haven't missed a day. I just don't get it. Natsumi said. I see. Well, now that I'm back I'll help you out. Naruto said. Thank you. Natsumi said. Alright, students. Today we're going to learn about why ninja usually travel in groups. The teacher said and everyone groaned. Can I be excused? Naruto asked. You were 3 hours late and you want to be excused? Where do you have to go? The teacher asked. Anywhere that's better than here. This crap is boring and you know it. Naruto said. No. If they have to learn it then so do you. Now, pay attention. The teacher said and an Umbu appeared. Sorry for the interruption. Naruto Uchiha, Lord Hokage would like to have a word with you. The Umbu said and vanished. Fine. Naruto, you're excused. The teacher said. Wow. Talk about perfect timing. I'll see you at Ikaraku's later. Naruto said and left. Okay. Natsumi said. Wow, Natsumi. You've got another date with Naruto. Ino said. It's not a date. Besides, he's like a brother to me if anything. Natsumi said. Then why does he only hang out with you? Ino asked. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Why? Do you like him? Natsumi asked. Please. Why would I want Naruto if I have Sasuke for myself? Ino asked. Excuse me. Sasuke is mine, pig. Sakura said. What was that forehead? Ino asked. Give me a break. Natsumi thought and sat next to Hinata. Hi, Hinata. Natsumi said. Oh. Hi, Natsumi. Hinata said. You know, if you stop stuttering so much and gain some confidence Naruto might start to notice you. Natsumi said and Hinata turned red. What do you mean? Hinata asked. We all know you like him. Natsumi said. And no. You've got it wrong. Hinata said. Sure I do. Natsumi said. Hokage office. You called for me, old man? Naruto asked. I did. Care to explain where you've been for the past 2 weeks? Hiruzen asked. I was in a secret bunker my father had. Naruto said. Where exactly is this bunker located? Hiruzen asked. If I told you it wouldn't be much of a secret. Besides, only me and Natsumi can get inside of it. Naruto said. Of course Minato would set it up like that. Anyway, your mission has a 2-week blank period. Ask Natsumi for anything unusual. Hiruzen said. I did. The only thing that happened to her was she fell from the top 10 in class to the middle. She went every day and got everything right, but she still fell to the middle of the class. Naruto said. I see. I'll deal with this one myself. Keep up the work. Hiruzen said. Yeah. Oh, and I spoke to your pal, Danzo, 2 weeks back. Naruto said, and Hiruzen grew serious. What did he want? Hiruzen asked. The typical join his side for power. Don't worry. I declined and basically threatened him before leaving. He knows about my Sharingan being the strongest in clan history and wants it for his own personal gain. Naruto said. I want to know if he even looks at you next time. Hiruzen said. You got it. Naruto said. Now, I'm sure you have time left for class. Get going to the academy. Hiruzen said. Actually, I think I'll skip the rest of the day. I was already 3 hours late. Naruto said. Why were you late? Hiruzen asked. Well, I was on my way to the academy, but then the Inuzuka dogs were trying to kill a black cat. They were blocking the road, so I had to take the long way around. Naruto said, and Hiruzen pinched his nose. You're dismissed, Naruto. Hiruzen said. Later. Naruto said and walked out. Naruto. As he was walking around the village, Naruto started to think about his training and what he could do to improve on it. He needed some ninja tools and more clothes for a shinobi, but didn't know where he could find some. All he saw was civilian clothing stores and no ninja stores. He was walking while reading his book until he had a feeling he should look up. As he looked up, he noticed he stopped in front of a ninja supply store that seemed pretty new to him. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try this place. Naruto thought as he went inside. Hello? Is anybody here? Naruto asked. Welcome to Higarashi's ninja store. How can I help you, young man? The name's Sato Higurashi. Sato said, and Naruto shook his hand. Naruto Uchiha, nice to meet you. Naruto said. An Uchiha with manners? That's rare. Sato said. My mom and older sister raised me well. Naruto said. I see. So, what can I do for you? You're the first customer for the store since we've just opened. Sato said. Sweet. I need some kunai, shuriken, ninja wire and if possible some D-rank jutsus. Naruto said. HM. I have just what you need, but I can't sell them to a civilian. Sato said. But I'm in the academy. It's my 2nd year. Shouldn't that count? Naruto asked. Ah yes. It does. However, since you are still in the academy I can only give you practice kunai and shuriken. They're less durable than the actual thing, but it's all I can do for an academy student. I can sell you the ninja wire, but only about 10 feet of it. As for D-ranked jutsus, I only have a few and most of them are elemental ninjutsu, so you need to know your chakra nature for those. Sato said. How do I figure out my chakra nature? Naruto asked. With this. It's called chakra paper. Sato said and gave Naruto a piece of paper. What do I do? Naruto asked. You channel some chakra into the paper. Do you know the basic chakra natures? Sato asked. Yes. Wind, water, fire, lightning and earth. Naruto said. Great. Now on the paper after you channel chakra into it, each of the symbols will glow indicating your chakra nature. Green is wind, blue is water, red is fire, brown is earth and yellow is lightning. Give it a try. Sato said. Naruto channeled chakra into the paper then watched as the results were shown to him. Yellow, blue and red were glowing on the paper indicating he has lightning, water and fire chakra natures. What confused him were the numbers 1 through 3 appearing next to the glowing symbols. What do the numbers 1 through 3 mean? Naruto asked. It means your main affinity is lighting, the second is water and the third is fire. It's weird because most Uchiha only have a fire chakra nature. Sato said. Then that's why it was a bit difficult for me to learn the fireball jutsu. Not only is fire not my main affinity, but my water affinity must be stronger than the fire affinity. Naruto said. Precisely. Now, I'll gather everything you need and you can have a look around. Sato said. Naruto nodded and walked around the store looking at everything he had. Multiple different kinds of weapons and some of them he never even saw before. Like he saw fans, but never saw why somebody needed a fan. He found different books on Konoha history, books on weapon forgery and clothes that were meant for ninja, but he didn't think any of them would fit for him. The thing that caught his eye was a sword that was stuck in stone that was locked behind a glass case. He would ask Sato about it and the history behind it. He went back to the front of the store to pay. Did you find anything else you needed? Sato asked. Just some books on Konoha history, but I learn enough of that in the academy. I do want to know about the sword in that glass case. Naruto said. Ah. That sword was forged by a good friend of mine 7 years ago. He unfortunately died and never claimed the sword. After my first shop was destroyed by the Nine Tails attack, I found the sword stuck in the ground and I couldn't remove it. As you can see, I had to move the entire slab of earth to keep the sword. Some think that only people the sword deems worthy can hold it, but I personally think only one of his family members can use it. If one of his family members comes and claims the sword, then they can have it. Sato said. Maybe I can give it a try. Naruto said. I tell you what. How about you learn how to use a sword, and when you graduate, I'll let you try to take the sword. How's that sound? Sato asked. Sounds fair. Can you tell me why you have fans for ninja weapons here? Naruto asked. Those are mainly for wind users. They allow them to blast away their enemy with a single swipe. I mainly sell them to Suna shinobi when they are in the village. They're not as powerful as the larger fans they sell in Suna, but they still pack a punch. They can also shoot out Sanbon if they want them to. Sato said. Cool. I think I'm done for the day. Naruto said. Alright. I've thrown in 3 elemental ninjutsu for each of your chakra natures and 2 non-elemental jutsus. When you're in the academy, they pay for everything you get from here except special orders. Sato said. Really? How much does a special order cost? Naruto asked. It depends on what you order. Sato said. I noticed one of your books talked about chakra metal. Is it possible to have some kunai and shuriken made out of that to channel elemental chakra through it? Naruto asked. Of course it is. How many do you need? Sato asked. About 500 each. Naruto said, and Sato did the calculations. That's going to cost you about 16,000 yen. Since you won't need them for a few more years, I'll place them on back order. Sato said. What does that mean? Naruto asked. It means that the order is basically delayed. You'll be able to pick them up the day you graduate. If I'm not here, then my daughter will be here. Just tell her your name and she'll get the order for you. Sato said. Can I pay for them now? Naruto asked. Sure. Since you're the first customer, I'm the new store, I'll throw in the instructions to properly use your chakra natures. Sato said and sealed everything in a scroll for Naruto. Thanks. Naruto said and paid for his special order. No problem. If any of your friends need some supplies, tell them about my shop. Sato said. I will. Naruto said and left. He's a good kid. Sato said. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto still isn't with you today, Natsumi? I am asked. Not yet, but he'll be here. I want my crown back as the queen of gluttony. Natsumi said. Another challenge? What's the record between you two? I am asked. 10-8, I'm behind by 2. I'm feeling really lucky today. Natsumi said. You said that last time and lost. Naruto said as he entered the ramen shop. Oh, Naruto. You're here. I am said. Why didn't you get that excited when I came in here? Natsumi asked and I am blushed. Well. It's just that you're always here. I am said. He's here just as much as me. Natsumi said. Can we just start? Naruto asked and then Tsuchi placed 4 large bowls in front of both of them. Alright. Listen up. We've got another gluttony challenge over here. Natsumi has challenged Naruto for the crown. Do you accept the challenge, Naruto? I am asked. Of course. Naruto said. Everyone gather around and place your bets. I am announced and everyone bet on Naruto winning except for one person. Alright. Go. I am said. Naruto and Natsumi began digging into their food at a fast pace while listening to the cheering crowd. Everyone except one person may have bet on Naruto winning, but the competition was something that made sure everyone was cheering. This went on for another 2 hours with Naruto having a 1-bowl lead over Natsumi. Tsuchi and Ayam were working as quickly as possible to keep up with the speed the bowls were being eaten. Natsumi caught up to Naruto and then quickly took a 2-bowl lead. Naruto wasn't going to lose and upped the pace, and now they were tied. Tsuchi only had enough ramen for 1 bowl, so he made that and sat it between the two of them. Done. Naruto and Natsumi yelled. We have a tie. Ayam said. What? How? Natsumi yelled. It's actually not a tie. Naruto said. How? You both ate the same amount of ramen bowls and you both split the tiebreaker bowl. Ayam said. I would have won if I didn't drop a noodle on the ground earlier in the contest. When we eat, the rules state that you must eat every noodle and I didn't. She's the winner by the rules we set. Naruto said, and Tsuchi placed the crown on Natsume's head. Yes. Take that. I'm the queen of gluttony. Natsumi said. You may have won, but you're still behind a game in our little competition. Naruto said. So then nobody wins any money. Natsumi said. Not true. I bet on you beating me this time. Naruto said. How much money did he win? Natsumi asked. 1.4 million yen. I am said and gave Naruto the money. Nice. Pleasure doing business with you. Natsumi, I need you to come with me. Naruto said, and they walked out. Where are we going? Natsumi asked. To the ninja supply shop. Naruto said, and she stopped. Let me put on a henge so I can get inside. Natsumi said. There's no need for that. Just trust me on this one. Naruto said. What if I get kicked out? Natsumi asked. Then I'll stop doing business with the owner of the shop. Naruto said. Higurashi Ninja Store. Are you sure I can be in here? Natsumi asked and looked around. Of course. Naruto said and walked up to the counter to ring the bell. Coming. Sato said from the back. It's me, Naruto. I brought a friend. Naruto said. A friend you say? Who is it? Sato asked as he came from the back. Go on. Introduce yourself. Naruto said. I am Natsumi Uzumaki. Natsumi said. So this is Kushina and Minato's daughter. She's almost an exact replica of Kushina if it weren't for the whisker marks and blue eyes. Sato thought and looked at Naruto, who nodded to him like he knew what he was thinking. I see. I'm Sato Higurashi. Nice to meet you. Have a look around while I talk to Naruto about his order. Sato said. Are you sure? Natsumi asked. Of course. Since you're an academy student, everything you pick out is paid for by them prepped for special orders. Sato said. Thanks. When I'm Hokage, I'll make sure everyone knows about your shop. Natsumi said and ran off. I'm guessing you already know who she is. Sato said. More than you know. Naruto said. How did you find out? It's supposed to be a secret. Sato said. My mom and the Hokage told me. Naruto said. I see. If they told you then I won't question it. The thing is, does she know you two are related? Sato asked and Naruto's eyes went wide. How did you know? Naruto asked. Naruto, I was good friends with the fourth Hokage. There are no spiky hair Uchiha and the only people your mother really hung out with were me, Minato, Kushina and Mikoto. It's not hard to figure out who your father was. I bet you look just like him underneath that mask of yours. Sato said. Fine. To answer your question, no, she doesn't know we're related. Naruto said. Because of IWA, correct? Sato asked. Yes. The third Hokage wants to tell her when she graduates, so hopefully she'll be mature enough to handle it. Naruto said. Understandable. Well, she's welcome here anytime she wants. Sato said, and then they heard stuff fall over. Sorry. Natsumi yelled, and then another crash was heard. You may want to hire a cleanup crew. Naruto said. It's fine. I'll just hire some genin for AD rank mission to clean it up. Sato said. That's what AD rank mission is? Naruto asked. Yeah. It's basically chores for civilians. I used to be a ninja, but I retired after sustaining a brutal leg injury. That's why I walk with this cane. Sato said. I am not looking forward to doing those. Naruto said. If you get lucky enough you'll get a teacher who'll let you do the D-rank missions quickly or won't have you do them at all. Sato said. Hopefully. Naruto said, and then Natsumi came back. I'm back. Natsumi said and put some stuff on the counter. Paint cans, rope, rubber ducks, stink bombs, glue? What is all of this? Naruto asked. I didn't even know I sold that stuff. Sato mumbled. It's for pranking, duh. Natsumi said. I brought you here to get some ninja supplies, but I clearly wasted my time if this is all you're interested in. Naruto said. But he said the academy pays for all of this. Natsumi said. They do, but you have nothing to train with in here. I saw your gear and that is why I brought you to Sato. Naruto said. Well, maybe I don't want your stupid help. Natsumi said and walked out. I'll keep these here for her. Sato said. Thanks. Naruto said and walked out of the store. Training ground. Naruto was sitting down in a meditative position when all of a sudden his eyes snapped open and kunai started flying at him from all directions. He jumped into the air and twisted around the kunai before he threw them so they'd collide with some of the other kunai. He heard 11 thumping noises and then landed on the ground with a smirk on his face. He looked around and saw 10 targets with a kunai in them. He looked behind him and saw a target behind a big rock with a kunai embedded inside of it. He sighed and took a drink of water before looking to his left. "I know you're there," Naruto said, and two blank-masked Anbu appeared. They didn't talk and just attacked him, but unfortunately he was able to dodge them. They weren't that fast, but they were faster than him and they knew when to attack. Naruto used the fireball jutsu, but they dodged it at the last minute. They came at him with their swords drawn and tried to attack him, but his Sharingan was able to predict their attacks. He was thankful for his mother's reflex training to help him counter some moves. Naruto managed to grab the sword from one of them and slashed his stomach, but it was as if the Anbu didn't feel it. He was kicked away by both Anbu, but he was able to correct himself in the air and land properly. He looked up and saw one of the Anbu on him with his sword drawn aiming at his heart. Naruto's Manjikyu Sharingan activated and then he suddenly switched places with the other Anbu who was stabbed through the heart instead of him. The other Anbu was killed instantly and before the other could remove his sword, Naruto stabbed him in the back through his heart and killed him. He took the mask off to see who this person was, but both of the Anbu agents went up in flames. Naruto ran to the bushes and threw up over having to kill somebody like that. It took him a minute, but he got himself under control and went to see Hiruzen. "Hokage office. What can I do for you, Naruto?" Hiruzen asked. "Why did the Anbu attack me?" Naruto asked. "What do you mean? The Anbu shouldn't have attacked you and I can assure you that all of them are accounted for," Hiruzen said. "I managed to get this off of one of them," Naruto said and placed the blank mask on his desk. "Root." Hiruzen mumbled. "What's Root?" Naruto asked. "It's an illegally ran division of Anbu controlled by Danzo. I've been trying to get some sort of evidence on him, but he leaves no trace and when the Anbu fail a mission, they go up in flames removing them from existence. The fact that you got one of their masks is proof against Danzo that they exist, but it isn't enough," Hiruzen said. "These two weren't that much stronger than me. They only had a slight edge over me in speed and they knew Kenjutsu, but I was able to evade them with my Sharingan," Naruto said. "Then he'll send more of them after you and they'll be even stronger. You need to up your training and be prepared. The best I can do is have an Anbu operative watch over you. I don't want this to leak out somehow," Hiruzen said. "I'll be fine on my own. I picked up a few things for my training from Sato Higurashi. I'll have to go back eventually, but I have enough now to last me," Naruto said. "What did you get from him?" Hiruzen asked. "Some practice kunai and shuriken, 3 elemental jutsus for my chakra natures and 2 non-elemental jutsus," Naruto said. "Chakra natures? Which ones do you have?" Hiruzen asked. "Lightning, water and fire," Naruto said. "Interesting. Most Uchiha normally have a fire chakra affinity and then copy other jutsus," Hiruzen said. He said the same thing. "He also has a sword that apparently nobody has been able to use and he'll let me try to take it after I graduate. That means I'll need a Kenjutsu teacher," Naruto said. "Well, I can't help you out since it would be showing favoritism. I also can't tell you that there's a Kenjutsu area in the shinobi section of the library," Hiruzen said and Naruto caught on to what he was doing. "It's okay. I guess you can't tell me that since the civilians run the library, there's no security after it closes in 5 minutes," Naruto said. "That is correct. Now, I must get back to my work," Hiruzen said. "One more thing. It's getting harder and harder for me to do the clone jutsu. Natsumi has the same problem. Is there a way you can't help me with this problem?" Naruto asked. "You are correct. There is absolutely no way I can allow you to take this scroll on different types of clones," Hiruzen said, as a scroll mysteriously rolled to Naruto's feet. "Right. I thank you for being honest and not getting my hopes up. I'll be happy to throw this in the trash for you since you have more work to do," Naruto said and picked up the scroll. "That is most kind of you," Hiruzen said. "I'll be going," Naruto said and left. Naruto. After sneaking into the library and finding what he needed, Naruto went to Kurenai's apartment to sleep for the night. On his way there, he heard sounds coming from an alley and rushed into the alley to see a group of civilians and genin beating up Natsumi. He activated his Sharingan and jumped into action. He used genjutsu on the genin who were unable to break it and simply knocked out the civilians before going over to Natsumi. "Natsumi, are you okay?" Naruto asked and she slowly opened her eyes. I think I'll be okay," Natsumi said. "Come on. I'll take you home," Naruto said and she climbed on his back. "How did you know I was getting beat up?" Natsumi asked. "I was on my way to my sister's house and I heard noise in the alley," Naruto said. Why is it always you saving me? Why do you hang out with me so much? Natsumi asked. Because I care about you. You mean more to me than you could imagine at the moment. Naruto said, and her eyes started to close. I wish you were my real brother. Natsumi said, before she fell asleep. All will be revealed in due time. I just hope you can get strong and mature enough. Naruto thought. He entered her house and placed her on the bed. He was about to leave, but not before leaving some of his practice ninja tools for her and some tips on how to use them. He opened the scroll that Hiruzen didn't give him and saw a jutsu known as the Shadow Clone Jutsu and wrote down the instructions for Natsumi. This jutsu was almost made for somebody like them with huge chakra reserves. While Naruto's were large for his age since he already had low chunin reserves, Natsumi most likely had more chakra than an elite jonin right now. He wrote down some chakra control exercises for her as well and then finally left. He had 5 more years until he graduated and began his ninja career. His main priority right now was to become as strong as he possibly could before he would become part of a genin team. Kenjutsu, ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu and medical ninjutsu was everything he would be working on for the next 5 years. He may have to skip some days of school, but he really didn't care since they weren't really learning anything. Chapter 3. 6 years have gone by and Naruto has grown to an acceptable level. He was a mid-chunin level ninja with some field experience thanks to him constantly having to fight off Danzo's rude umbu that he sent after him. Naruto was thankful for them attacking and trying to capture him because it helped him hone his skills. He was so thankful that he sent Danzo a thank you letter in the mail, which was written on the back of an explosive tag. He trained exactly how his mother trained him and even added more to the regime thanks to Anko and Kurenai giving him some tips. He was an all-around shinobi having trained in every aspect of being a ninja and didn't finish anything until he had it down completely. Natsumi called him a perfectionist, but Naruto told her that he didn't want to make any mistakes in battle. His ninjutsu was high level thanks to him increasing his arsenal, but he didn't learn anything higher than a C-rank jutsu. His lightning ninjutsu was his best since that was his strongest affinity and he learned to shorten the hand signs for his lighting jutsus. He learned lightning beast, lightning ball, lightning fish, electromagnetic murder and thunderclap arrow. His water affinity was strong, but he wanted to be able to grab water from the air like Tobirama Senju and he would work on that all the time. Water style, raging waves, water style, liquid bullets, water clone jutsu, water style, raging rapids and water style, water wall were all the water jutsus he's learned so far. His fire affinity was good, but it would always be his weakest affinity since he had a strong affinity to water. Fire style, fireball jutsu, fire style, phoenix flower jutsu and fire style, dragon flame jutsu were all the fire jutsus he knew. His taijutsu was about low to mid chunin level which was good for him at his age. He never worried about not being good enough since he knew he could always improve. His fighting style revolves around using pressure point attacks to damage his opponent's vital points, and he was a completely physical fighter. Adding that with his Sharingan's ability to slow down his opponent so he can see their moves and it would be a deadly combination as he got stronger. His speed was low jonin level thanks to the resistance seals he wore. He took them off once a year and ran around the village to get used to his speed. That turned out to be the wrong thing for him because every time he ran, an eccentric jonin he learned to know was Might Guy, would always catch up to him going on about the springtime of youth and after a while Naruto started to ignore him. His genjutsu was arguably the best in the village thanks to his Sharingan, but he learned a few that worked without his Sharingan as he was keeping it a secret. His Fuinjutsu skills were good as well since he reached level 5 on his own which impressed Hiruzen. His medical ninjutsu was good, but he could use some work on it and the nurses in Konoha were useless since they barely knew what they were doing. He learned the mystic palm jutsu, medical water jellyfish and water mosquito. His kenjutsu skills were low chunin level as Anko and Kurenai introduced him to their friend Yugao who was a kenjutsu specialist. They were shocked when Naruto said he knew she was a member of the Umbu Black Ops and when they asked how he knew, he simply told them that she's the only person other than Anko with purple hair in the village. His Manjikyu was never used again after the first time against the Umbu since he wanted to focus on his other skills and not become too reliant on the Manjikyu. He read the tablet again and confirmed his suspicions that it was being tampered with because his ability was now on there. His ability was called a Menotejikura which allowed him to shift himself between spaces, causing anything currently occupying the space he targets to swap places with him. He didn't know who was tampering with the tag, but it must have been somebody able to sneak into Konoha unnoticed. Over the years he became friends with Ino Yamanaka, who was one of Sasuke's fangirls, but she was pretty smart. She cared more about her looks than her skills, but that changed when Natsumi embarrassed her in a spar they had. She went home after then and had her father teach her some of their clan jutsus. Naruto recommended that she learn something else as well, but she said she'd wait for her Jonin instructor to teach her something. She still had her fangirl moments, but she was a good friend to Naruto. Natsumi was still the same except she grew taller. Her skills were at a mid-genin level and she always tried to push herself too hard to reach Naruto's level, but he explained that she should work at her own pace and rest was important. She knew the shadow clone jutsu and like Naruto she learned it with ease. However, during the academy she kept trying to do the clone jutsu as she would get teased and bullied for not being able to do the simplest jutsu. Her classmates nicknamed her Tomato thanks to her red hair and she turned into a menace whenever somebody called her that. Teachers started to call her the second coming of the red-hot habanero and they were terrified of her. The only person able to calm her down when she went on a rampage was Naruto, but he barely showed up to the academy. His attendance caused him to be at the bottom of the class, but he didn't care. Graduation came by this week and everyone was separated into groups to get everything done quicker throughout the week. He was late to his, but he had an actual reason. The day of his graduation test was on his mother's birthday and he was at the memorial stone for nearly 4 hours. He was excused by Iruka since he learned from Natsumi that Naruto's mother died when Iruka noticed he would never come to school at all on a specific day every year. Right now Naruto was sitting in class watching the remaining students take the test for their headbands. Ino and Sakura were arguing over Sasuke with his other fangirls who Naruto wondered how they even passed. Kiba was bragging about his skills to Shino, Choji and Shikamaru were in the middle talking to each other and Natsumi was patiently waiting for her turn. Hurry up. I'm ready for this damn test. Natsumi said. Relax. You're up next if I'm not mistaken. Naruto said. It's not she'll pass. She can't even do the clone jutsu. Kiba said and everyone laughed at Natsumi except Ino and Naruto. How about a bet, Kiba? Naruto asked. What's the bet? Kiba asked. I bet Natsumi will pass the test with flying colors. Naruto said. Oh yeah. If she doesn't then she has to be my servant for the next 3 months. Kiba said. Alright. When she does, you have to lick your dog's ass. Naruto said. Hell no. Kiba said. Oh? Is that Kiba denying a bet? Are you a pussycat? Naruto asked and that set Kiba off. Deal. Kiba said and shook Naruto's hand. Dumbass. Natsumi thought. Natsumi Uzumaki, you're up. Iruka said. You got this girl. Ino said. I know. Natsumi said. Use the shadow clones. Naruto whispered. I can't. It has to be the clone jutsu. Natsumi whispered. No, it has to be a clone jutsu. They never specified which one. Naruto whispered. You're right. I'll be back with my headband. Get ready to lick some dog-ass Kiba. Natsumi said. Exam room. Alright, Natsumi. Please perform the substitution jutsu. Iruka said. You got it. Natsumi said and switched places with a chair before switching back. Good job. Next, perform the henge. Iruka said. Okay. Natsumi said and had a devious grin. No wait. Iruka said, but it was too late as Natsumi transformed into a naked lady causing Iruka and his assistant Mizuki to pass out from massive nosebleeds. You should have seen your faces. Natsumi said, rolling around on the ground laughing. Enough with the jokes. Iruka yelled and did his infamous big head jutsu. Sorry. Sheesh. Learn to live a little. Natsumi said. Okay. Now the last part. Please create 3 clones. Iruka said. Come on, Natsumi. You can do it. Iruka thought. Go on, Natsumi. Show us why you're such a failure. I'll use you for my plans and get rid of the 9 tails at the same time. Mizuki thought. Shadow clone jutsu. A puff of smoke went off revealing 15 Natsumis looking at them both with smug looks on their faces. So, did I pass? Natsumi asked and released her clones. No. That's not the regulation jutsu. You fail. Mizuki said. What? That's fucking bullshit. You never specified what kind of clone I had to use. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Natsumi yelled as her hair split into 9 pieces. Calm down, Natsumi. You pass. All you had to do was make a clone. I never said which kind. Please don't hurt us. Iruka begged and gave her a headband. Woohoo. Take that, Mizuki. You son of a bitch. Natsumi yelled and ran out of the room. Damn it. Looks like I'll have to do this myself. Mizuki thought. Classroom. I wonder if she passed. Ino said. She did. Naruto said while reading a book. How can you be so sure? Ino asked. Because I know her. Naruto said and the door was kicked open. I passed bitches. Natsumi yelled. Woohoo. Ino yelled and ran to give her a hug. What? There's no way you passed. Kiba yelled. Well, I did. Believe it. Natsumi said. You know what that means, right Kiba? Ino asked and he paled. No. I'm not doing it. Kiba said. A deal is a deal. Lick Akamaru's ass. Natsumi said and Akamaru plumped his in up for Kiba as if he understood what was going on. You can't make me. Kiba said and then he couldn't move. I can. Shikamaru said as he caught Kiba with his shadow possession jutsu. Say Kiba. Natsumi said and Shikamaru made Kiba open his mouth to lick Akamaru's ass. Wow Kiba. We didn't know you felt so strongly about Akamaru. Ino said and everyone laughed. Kiba Inuzuka. What are you doing? Iruka yelled as he came into the classroom. He was just showing Akamaru how much he loved him. Ino said and Shikamaru dropped his jutsu. What you do at home is your business, but do not bring it to the classroom. Iruka said. I was forced to do it. Kiba said. He's lying. He just held up his end of a bet. Natsumi said. Sometimes they make me regret being a teacher. Iruka thought and rubbed his temples. Listen up. It's time to announce the Rookie of the Year, Kunoichi of the Year and the Dead Last. Iruka said. Yes. Natsumi said. Rookie of the Year goes to Sasuke Uchiha. Iruka said. HN. Sasuke said. Kunoichi of the Year goes to Sakura Haruno. Iruka said. What? That's bullshit. Natsumi yelled. She's right. Natsumi was only slightly behind Sakura academically and blew her out of the water in everything else. Iruka thought. I demand a recount. Natsumi yelled and. I'm sorry, but it's what Mizuki put on here when he tallied the scores for this year. Iruka said. Ha. Sakura said and stuck her tongue out at Natsumi. Alright. The dead last is Kiba Inuzuka. Iruka said. What? There's no way Naruto finished above me. Kiba yelled. Well, it's true. Naruto would have been the Rookie of the Year, but he only came to class like 10 days a month. He has the highest scores in everything except his attendance. Now, tomorrow will be team assignments and the beginning of your ninja careers. Congratulations to everyone who passed. Iruka said and walked out the room. So, who wants to celebrate? Natsumi asked. You can't. You need to come with me. Naruto said. Is this another challenge? We're tied at 35 apiece. Natsumi said. No. It's something even better than that. Just come with me. Naruto said and they left. Village. So, what's so important that you can't tell me? Natsumi asked as they were walking through the village. Just be patient. Naruto said. I can't believe she graduated. A civilian whispered. Good thing I pulled my daughter out of the academy. I can't believe the Hokage let that thing become a ninja. We should have killed the demon when we had the chance. Naruto, you'd never lie to me, right? Natsumi asked. Of course not. Why? Naruto asked. So, if I were to ask you a question, you'd answer it honestly? Natsumi asked. Of course. Naruto said. Do you know why people keep calling me a demon and treating me like I'm a contagious disease? Natsumi asked. Yes. Naruto said. Can you please tell me why? Natsumi asked. I wish I could, but the old man wants to tell you. Just hear him out before you say anything. Naruto said. Why can't you tell me now? Natsumi asked. Because it's an S-ranked secret. Naruto said as they reached the Hokage Tower. I never knew that hating somebody is a secret. Natsumi said and they walked in the office. Yo, old man. We're here. Naruto said. Do you believe in knocking? Hiruzen asked. Only on Anko and Kurenai's doors. Naruto said. I see. So, what brings you here today? Hiruzen asked. He said you have something to tell me. Natsumi said. She's ready. Naruto said and Hiruzen sealed the room. Have a seat, Natsumi. Hiruzen said. Ask anything you want. Naruto said. Why do the villagers hate me? Natsumi asked. Tell me, what do you know about the Nine Tails attack? Hiruzen asked. That the fourth Hokage killed it 13 years ago. Natsumi said. That's not what happened that night. The Nine Tails was defeated, but it was not killed. In order to stop a tailed beast, you must find a suitable container and then seal it away. 13 years ago on October 10th, a baby was born and lost her parents to the wrath of the Nine Tails. That baby was chosen by the fourth Hokage to hold the Nine Tails and keep it from attacking the village. Hiruzen said, and her eyes widened. I was that baby. Natsumi said. Yes. You are what's known as a Jinchuriki. You are the reason this village still stands and its savior. Hiruzen said. So, I'm the nine-tailed fox that attacked 13 years ago. Natsumi said and started to cry. No. You are its container. Think of it like this. If I put water in a cup, does the cup become water? Hiruzen asked. No. Natsumi said. That is correct. You are still Natsumi Uzumaki and the nine-tailed fox is something completely different. Hiruzen said. Then if that's the case, why did they attack me? I was just an innocent little girl. Natsumi said. The people of this village hate and fear what they do not understand. However, your family would be ashamed of them if they knew how you were being treated. I tried to let you live a normal life and get adopted into a nice family by labeling this an S-ranked, but somebody leaked the information about you being the Nine Tails Jinchuriki to the village. I'm sorry for not telling you sooner, but you just weren't ready to handle the truth. Hiruzen said. You said my family would be ashamed of them, correct? Who are they? Do I have any family left? Natsumi asked. Here. Hiruzen said and gave her a picture. Who are these people? Well, I know the fourth Hokage, but who's the lady with the nice hair? Natsumi asked. Her name is Kushina Uzumaki. However, if she were alive you'd call her Mom. Hiruzen said. Mom. She's beautiful. Natsumi said. She was easily one of the most beautiful women when she was alive. She's been with your father since they graduated from the academy and then 13 years later, you were born. Hiruzen said. I hope my mom never got teased like I did. Natsumi said and Hiruzen chuckled. Oh, she has, but for different reasons. She was teased and picked on because of her red hair and also because she was considered an outsider. Hiruzen said. Why? Natsumi asked. Because she was originally from the Uzushioga-kure in the land of whirlpools. It was the home of the Uzumaki clan. Sadly after she moved here, the entire Uzumaki clan was destroyed. Hiruzen said. So they picked on her because she wasn't born here? Natsumi asked. Yes. She was nicknamed Tomato because of her red hair. She was such a tomboy that she'd beat up anybody who messed with her. Her nickname around the village was the Red Hot-Blooded Habanero. Hiruzen said. So, when the people called me the second coming of the Red Hot-Blooded Habanero, I reminded them of my mom? Natsumi asked. Yes. It's funny because like you, only one person was able to calm her down if she went on a rampage. Hiruzen said. My dad. I guess you have something in common with my dad, Naruto. Natsumi said. You have no idea. Naruto thought. Now, you do have some family left alive. A godfather, a distant cousin and a brother. Hiruzen said. Where the hell are they? Natsumi asked. Your godfather is out of the village since he runs our spy network. The money you receive every month comes from him. Your distant cousin has been out of the village for over 20 years and probably doesn't even know you exist. Hiruzen said. What about my brother? Why hasn't he been around? Does he hate me like everyone else? Natsumi asked. No. Hiruzen said. Well, he hasn't been here for me so he can kiss my ass. I don't need him. Naruto's my brother and that's all that matters. Natsumi said. Listen, Natsumi. Your brother loves you very much and has been protecting you ever since he found out about you. Hiruzen said. Then why hasn't he said anything to me? Natsumi asked. Because I ordered him not to. You see, he's your half-brother and was born into one of the most powerful clans. Your father had another baby that was born exactly 2 months before you. I ordered him to not say anything to you because that would paint an even bigger target on your back. Hiruzen said. What do you mean? Natsumi asked. As you know from the academy, IWA hold a grudge against your father because of what he did during the Third Shinobi War. Had news leaked about him having any children they would have tried to kill you. Kumo had a certain incident with your mother that I'll tell you another time and they would have tried to get you as well. Had you known who your brother was at a younger age, you would have painted an even bigger target on your back and his because his clan didn't like him. They called him the half-breed of the clan. Hiruzen said. You're right. I would have screamed it to the mountains who my brother was. So, who is he? Natsumi asked. I'll let him introduce himself. Hiruzen said and nodded at Naruto. You know who he is? Natsumi asked. You're looking at him. My name is Naruto Uchiha Namikaze. Minato Namikaze is my father and Sayuri Uchiha is my mother. Naruto said, as he took his mask off, revealing that he looked exactly like Minato with black hair and darker eyes. You're my brother? Natsumi asked and Naruto nodded. I couldn't exactly tell you, but I've known since the day after I first met you. I was supposed to keep my distance from you, but that wasn't going to happen, so I was assigned an S-ranked mission to protect you from any civilian or ninja that tried to harm you. Now that you've graduated the academy, my mission is complete. Naruto said and Natsumi gave him a bone-crushing hug. I can't believe it. This whole time I've been saying you're my brother and only family I have, but I was telling the truth without even knowing. Natsumi said and Naruto hugged her back. Now that you know about your family, what are you going to do? Hiruzen asked. I'm gonna train even harder than before. I have a clan to represent. Natsumi said. That is good to hear. Now, you must keep this a secret to keep it from spreading to the other nations. I'll reveal your heritage the moment you can handle a Chunin-level ninja. So, in 6 months I want you to be a Chunin-level shinobi. Hiruzen said. What about Naruto? Natsumi asked. I'm already a Chunin-level ninja. Mid-Chunin to be exact. Naruto said and put his mask on. That's not fair. Natsumi said. You spent most of your time pranking the village. While I was training, you were playing. Did you even use any of the material I gave you other than the shadow clones? Naruto asked. Sort of. I did all those chakra control exercises and looked at that taijutsu style. Other than that I haven't looked at anything else. Natsumi said. You need to train seriously now. I can't have my little sister being weak. Naruto said and ruffled her hair. Stop that. You're only older than me by 2 months. It doesn't count. Natsumi said and turned her head away. As funny as this is, I believe I have something for you both. Hiruzen said and gave both of them a scroll. What's in it? Natsumi asked. I don't know. The last thing Kushina said to me was that they had these scrolls left for the two of you. Hiruzen said and they unsealed the contents of the scrolls. What is this? Natsumi asked. It looks like your mom left some ninjutsu scrolls for you and her Konoha headband. Hiruzen said. Cool. Hey, what did you get? Natsumi asked. A bunch of tri-pronged kunai and some space-time ninjutsu scrolls. Naruto said. Well, it seems the two of you have some work to do. However, I recommend that you wait until you're ready for them. Hiruzen said. You're right. Natsumi, come here. Naruto said. What do you want? Natsumi asked and Naruto drew a seal on her arm that disappeared. I just put a storage seal on your arm. That way you don't have to worry about losing the stuff your mom gave you. Naruto said. Sweet. That sealing stuff seems complicated, but I'll give it a try. Natsumi said. Well, you two must be going now. I have important matters to attend to. Hiruzen said and unsealed the room. In other words, you've been putting off your paperwork again. Naruto said. Shame on you, old man. Natsumi said. Damn kids. Hiruzen mumbled and they laughed, but Naruto whispered something in his ear making his jaw drop. Let's go, Natsumi. Naruto said. What did you tell him? Natsumi asked. It's a secret. I need to get my sword from Sato. Naruto said. Let's go. I wanna laugh at you when you fail. Natsumi said. Just for that, you can walk there. Naruto said and vanished. Cheater. Natsumi yelled and jumped out of the window as Hiruzen's secretary came into the room. Lord Hokage, I have those files from the civilian council for you. She said and pushed in 2 carts stacked with papers then left. Phew, luck. Hiruzen yelled and glared at the picture of Minato and Tobirama who seemed to be smirking at him. You bastards knew about this and didn't tell me. Hiruzen yelled and created some shadow clones. Higurashi Ninja Shop. Took you long enough. Naruto said. You cheated. Natsumi said as they entered the shop. Yo, old man Sato. I'm here for my sword and my order. Naruto said. I'm her too. Natsumi said. Well, if it isn't my favorite customers. Sato said as he came from the back carrying a scroll. Check it out. We graduated. Natsumi said. I see. Congrats to the both of you. Now, Naruto. There were a little bit of adjustments I had to make to your order. Sato said. What was that? Naruto asked. Nothing bad. It's actually better for you and I don't have to charge you extra. The guy I usually get my materials from didn't have as much steel as I needed for you kunai and shuriken, so I had to make them out of carbon fiber instead of steel. Sato said. What's the difference? Natsumi asked. Carbon fiber is 5 times stronger than steel, twice as stiff, lighter and more resistant to heat just in case you want to channel fire chakra through it. However, this is a rare kind of carbon fiber since it's also able to handle chakra a lot better than chakra metal, so these will last a lot longer. Sato said and handed one to Naruto. Whoa. It really is lighter. Naruto said and handed it Natsumi. Wow. It is. Natsumi said. I believe you wanted to try the sword. Sato said. You're right. Naruto said and they walked to the sword. This is the sword? It doesn't look like much. Natsumi said. Well, here goes nothing. Naruto said and tried pulling out the sword, but it wouldn't move. Ah. Looks like you can't have it. Natsumi said and laughed. I was just kidding. Naruto said and removed the sword easily. What? How? Natsumi asked. There's something on the sword that pricked my hand and took some blood. Must be a blood seal on the sword that was set to activate when me or you touched the sword. Naruto said. She knows? Sato asked. Just found out. Naruto said as he was checking out his sword. That's right. Natsumi said. I see. Now, I have the scabbard for your chikudo in the back. Sato said and went to the back. What's a chikudo? Natsumi asked. That's the kind of sword this is. Naruto said. I knew that. Natsumi said. Sure you did. Naruto said. Whatever. Hey, maybe he can make you some of Dad's kunai made from that same carbon stuff or whatever it's called. Natsumi said. That's a good idea. Look at you being all smart. Naruto said as they walked to the counter. I was supposed to be Kunoichi of the year, but somehow Sakura won. Natsumi said. Don't worry. I'm sure that doesn't matter in the real world. Naruto said. He's right. From what I've been told about this Sakura girl, she doesn't train at all. We had a similar problem back in my ninja days. We had a girl just like Sakura and she was killed on her first mission outside of the village. However, you'll be fine. Sato said and gave Naruto the scabbard for his sword. Who was the guy she was always going after? Natsumi asked. Take a wild guess. Sato said. Dad. Naruto and Natsumi said at the same time. That's correct. Sato said. Should have known. Naruto said. You two go on and enjoy your day. You deserve it. Sato said. Thanks. Naruto said and they left the shop. Well, I need to go celebrate with the Ikarakus. Natsumi said. I need to get home and pack. Naruto said. Pack for what? Natsumi asked. Now that I'm a ninja and technically an adult, I can get my own place. I'll be in the same building, but a few doors down. Naruto said. What about this big sister of yours that I've never met? Natsumi asked. She knows and you've never met her because she's always out on missions. I'm sure you'll meet her eventually. One of them is a bit weird to say the least. Naruto said. She can't be that bad. Natsumi said. Yeah, if you say so. I'll see you tomorrow. Naruto said. Wait. Natsumi said. What is it? Naruto asked and she gave him a hug. I just want to say thank you for everything and keeping me safe. Natsumi said. No problem. Naruto said and left. Kurenai's apartment. I'm back. Naruto said. Well, look who finally decided to show up. Anko said. What are you doing here? Naruto asked. What? I can't come and see my cute little brother? Anko asked. She hid the dango behind the 2 boxes on the top shelf concealed by a genjutsu. Naruto said. Thanks. Anko said and ran to the refrigerator. So, what are you doing today? Naruto asked. Got some people to interrogate. Hopefully I can use all my tools this time. Last 3 people gave up in 5 minutes. Anko said, as she was stuffing her face with dango. Then instead of jumping into the whole crazy act, try off slow then work your way up. Naruto said. Meh. Not my kind of thing. Anko said. Apparently. Naruto mumbled. So, how long has the academy been out? Anko asked. I don't know. Maybe an hour. Why? Gonna stalk Irika? Naruto asked. It's not stalking. It's called surveillance. Anko said. Whatever. Naruto said. Hey, you graduated and got the headband, right? Anko asked. Yeah. Naruto said. Show me what's under the mask. Anko said. Fine. Underneath this mask is another mask. Naruto said and pulled his mask down to reveal another one. Are you kidding me? I've been attacking you for your whole life just to see another mask. Anko yelled. Well, not many people have seen me without the mask. Only my mom, the old man, Kurenai and Natsumi have seen me without it. Naruto said. But I'm your sister. I should see it too. Anko said and Naruto sighed. Fine. First, do you know who my father is? Naruto asked. No. Kurenai does, but she won't tell me. Anko said. Well, you're about to find out. Naruto said and removed his mask showing his real face. Holy shit. You're hot. I mean I know I'm your sister, but damn. I see why you wear the mask. Anko said. Don't tell anybody. Don't even give a hint that I'm cute. Naruto said. You're not cute. You're fucking hot. Anyway, I won't tell anybody. So, the fourth Hokage, huh? I'm guessing you know Natsumi is your sister. Anko said. How'd you know she was the fourth Hokage's daughter? Naruto asked. Please. A redhead girl with blue eyes, a heavy ramen addiction, a habit of screaming about becoming Hokage, a temper that scares adults and hair splitting into 9 pieces when she's angry? If that doesn't scream Kushina then I don't know what would. Anko said. Well, when you put it like that I guess it is kind of obvious. Naruto said. I can't wait to meet her and mess with her. Anko said. That is something I don't mind waiting for. Anyway, when will Kurenai get back? Naruto asked. She should be back by tonight. Why? Anko asked. Well, I'm moving out today. My apartment is down the hall and I wanted to let her know which one it is. Naruto said. That is right. Why are you moving out again? Anko asked. Other than the fact that I'm technically an adult? Well, Kurenai and Asuma don't know what a silencing seal is and I get tired of hearing you drunk crying over Irika whenever he looks at another girl for 5 seconds. I just need my own space and I've seen you drunk passed out on the couch naked way too many times. Naruto said. I didn't see you complaining. Anko said. You threw a kunai at my head. I didn't have time to complain. I was too busy trying to live. Naruto said. Sorry about that. Anko said. Why don't you stay at your own place anyway? Naruto asked. It gets lonely sometimes and I know Kurenai doesn't mind if I crash here. Anko said. What about you Gao? Naruto asked. No. Hey 8 coughs too damn much for me. Anko said. Well, maybe you should just ask Irika out on a date. Naruto said. Why the hell would I do that? Anko asked. Because you love him. It's just a simple, will you go out with me? Drop the crazy chick act for once and be a lady. Naruto said. What if he rejects me? Anko asked as she slumped into the couch. Then I'll buy you a year's supply of dango and red bean soup. Naruto said. Deal. Anko said and vanished. Next day. As of today, everyone in this classroom is now considered a ninja. What comes next will be far more difficult. You're only a genin, first-level ninja. All the genin would usually be grouped into 3-man squads, but since we have an odd number of students that graduated, one team will have 4 genin. Each squad will be led by a jounin. Any questions before I call out the teams? Irika asked. Where's Mizuki-sensei? Sakura asked. Unfortunately, Mizuki will not be part of the academy anymore. He's being sent to a different division. Irika said. More like prison. Why would he try to steal the forbidden scroll? Irika thought. Well, someone's going to be in Sasuke's group. I wonder who. Ino said. I don't know. Sakura said and glared at Ino. A group? That'll only slow me down. Sasuke thought. Let's see. My ideal team would be me, Naruto and maybe Ino. I mean we all get along. As long as Sakura isn't on my team, I'll be fine I guess. Natsumi thought and missed the first 6 squads that were announced. Squad 7. Natsumi Uzumaki, Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uchiha. Irika said. Damn it. Why is she on my team? She's useless. Natsumi thought. I won't be on Naruto's team. Hinata thought. Next, Squad 8. Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka and Shino Aburame. Irika said. Woohoo. Oh yeah. I've got the best squad. Kiba said. Ugh. How did Sakura get in Sasuke's group? Ino asked. I don't get it. What do you see in a guy like that? He's not so special. Shikamaru said. You are so beyond clueless, Shikamaru. Don't you get it? Ino asked. Enough. Squad 10. Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara and Choji Akimichi. Those are all the squads. You have an hour to do as you want until your team Jonin shows up. Try to be back in 45 minutes. Irika said and left. Hey, Naruto. Wanna try some of my lunch my mom prepared for me? Ino asked. Today's the day I see what he's hiding under that mask. Ino thought. He's already gone. Natsumi said. When did he leave? Ino asked. As soon as our team was announced, Natsumi said, "Damn it. He will show me what's under his mask." Ino said, "Why do you want to see what's under his mask so badly? He's probably ugly." Sakura said, "I can tell you right now that he's not ugly." Natsumi said, "How do you know?" Sakura asked. "He showed me what he looks like underneath it. He looks better than Sasuke, that's for sure." Natsumi said, "You take that back." Sakura yelled, "Can you stop yelling? Your voice is annoying." Natsumi said, "Your face is annoying." Sakura said, "I look better than you. You big forehead freak." Natsumi said, "You take that back." Sakura yelled, "Make me." Natsumi yelled. Sakura jumped at Natsumi with the intent to hit her, but she slipped off the desk and was headed towards Natsumi face first. Natsumi smirked and then used the substitution jutsu on an unsuspecting Kiba, causing everyone to gasp. Kiba was on the floor with Sakura on top of him and they were kissing. However, Kiba was in the better position if you asked him because of the placement of his hand which was on one of Sakura's breasts. Sakura got over her shock and screamed at the top of her lungs. "Kiba, you pervert." Sakura yelled and started to beat him up. "Wow, Sakura. I didn't know you liked Kiba." Natsumi said. "Shut up." Sakura yelled. "Hokage office. Well, there goes Natsumi. She's always causing trouble." Hiruzen said. "Looks like you've got your hands full, Kakashi. Luckily you have Naruto on your team to keep her calm." Asuma said. "Is that the most promising student, Sasuke Uchiha?" A Jonin asked. "Yes." Hiruzen said. "He's one of the 2 survivors from the Uchiha clan." Kurenai said. "That's right. However, I don't believe he's the most promising student in the class." Hiruzen said. "What makes you say that?" "He's naturally gifted and is the rookie of the year." A Jonin said. "That may be true, but there's another in that class who could have easily taken that title if he actually showed up to class." Hiruzen said. "Naruto." Kurenai said. "The half-breed?" A Jonin asked. "She's telling the truth. He trains non-stop and the only time he's not training is when he wants to take a break for a few days." Asuma said. "I'm guessing the days he wasn't training were the days he decided to go to the academy." A Jonin said. "That is correct. However, he was always late to class." Kurenai said. "Why was he late?" Asuma asked. "He claimed to be walking, but the Inuzuka dogs would be trying to kill Black Cat, so then he'd always have to take the long way around." Kurenai said and everyone looked at Kakashi. "What? It sounds like a reasonable excuse to me." Kakashi said. "Of course it does." Kurenai mumbled. "You all have your teams. It's time to go and meet them. You have until tomorrow to test them and report back to me." Hiruzen said and all the Jonin vanished. Ninja Academy. "So, what do you think of my team, Ino?" Natsumi asked. "I wish I was on your team instead of Sakura. At least she has another girl to talk to. I'm stuck with Lazy Bones and the Bottomless Pit." Ino said. "I highly doubt Sakura and I would talk. If we do, it'll probably be an argument." Natsumi said. "Well, hopefully we can get this day over with and go shopping." Ino said. "Shopping for what?" "I'm already stocked up on ninja supplies." Natsumi said. "For cute dresses and stuff." "Sure, we're ninja, but we have time off. I'm sure we'll get to go out and have fun." Ino said. "I guess you're right. Hey, Hinata, do you want to come with us? I'm sure you can find something to impress Naruto." Natsumi said and Hinata blushed. I don't know what you mean." Hinata said and started to poke her fingers together. "Why would any girl want to date him? He's just a half-breed." Kiba said. "A half-breed that constantly kicked all of your asses without even trying during a spat. Oh, and I also don't lick dog ass." Naruto said. "When did you get back?" Natsumi asked. 5 minutes ago." Naruto said. "Where'd you go?" Ino asked. "To place an order. I only came back because I thought our Jonin instructor would be here by now." Naruto said and stood up. "Now where are you going?" Natsumi asked. "To talk to my mom." Naruto said. "Oh." Natsumi said. "You shouldn't leave. Our sensei could be here any minute." Sakura said. "I'm sure my reputation has already gotten around. Whoever it is should expect me to be late." Naruto said and left. "Natsumi, how long has it been since his mom died?" Ino asked. "She died right before the Uchiha massacre. Naruto only survived because he isolated himself from everybody." Natsumi said. "How'd she die?" Ino asked. "From what I know, she had a disease that none of our doctors could cure. All they figured out was that it wasn't contagious. She died right in his arms. Natsumi said. That's so sad. I don't know what I'd do if I lost any of my parents. Ino said, and then the door opened as two people came in the room. Who are you two? Natsumi asked. I'm Kurenai Yuhi. Teammate, come with me. Kurenai said. Wow. Our Jonin instructor is such a babe, Kiba said as they were walking out the door. Guess I'll have to beat that pervertedness out of him. Kurenai thought. I'll see you later, Asuma. Kurenai said. Yeah. I'm Asuma Sarutobi. Team 10, come with me. Asuma said. Finally. I'll see you later, Natsumi. Ino said as they left the room. Bye. Now, where's our Jonin-sensei? Natsumi asked. 3 hours later. Gah. He's late. Natsumi said. Natsumi, just sit down. Sakura said. I don't want to. How come our teacher's the only one that's late? Natsumi asked. You aren't this upset when Naruto's late. Sakura said. Well, of course not. He's known for being late, but our Jonin instructor should have been here. Natsumi said and grabbed an eraser before propping it up in the door. Hey, what are you doing? Sakura asked. That's what he gets for coming late. Natsumi said. You're asking for trouble. You know you shouldn't do that. Sakura said. Blah blah blah. You're not my mother. Natsumi said. Our teacher is a Jonin, an elite ninja. You think he's going to fall for that? Sasuke asked. Sasuke's right. You're so clueless, Natsumi. Sakura said. Somebody came to the door making them stare at it and wait with anticipation to see who it was. A head of silver hair poked its way into the door and was hit upside the head with the eraser, causing each of them to have different reactions. I got him. He fell for it. Natsumi said and started to laugh at him. I'm sorry, sensei. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. I'd never do anything like that. Sakura said. He actually fell for that cheap trick? Is this guy really a Jonin? Sasuke thought. How can I put this? My first impression of this group, you're a bunch of idiots. I'm Kakashi Hatake, your Jonin instructor. Meet me on the roof in 2 minutes. Kakashi said. What about Naruto? He's not here yet. Sakura said. He's on the roof already. Kakashi said. Rooftop. Alright. Introduce yourselves one at a time. Kakashi said. Introduce ourselves? What are we supposed to say? Sakura asked. Things you like. Things you hate. Dreams for the future. Your hobbies. Things like that. Kakashi said. How about you go first? We already know each other, but we don't know you. Natsumi said. Me? I'm Kakashi Hatake. Things I like and things I hate. I don't feel like telling you that. My dreams for the future? Never really thought about it. I have lots of hobbies. Kakashi said. All he really told us was his name. Sakura said. Okay. Your turn. You on the right. You're first. Kakashi said. I'm Natsumi Uzumaki. What I like is my brother, ramen, training, my red hair and pranking people. My dislikes are perverts, rapists, dickheads, douchebags, Kiba, people who call me tomato and people who can't tell the difference between water and the cup it's in. My hobbies are pranking and training. My dream for the future is to become Hokage. Natsumi said. She's different from what I expected. Kakashi thought. Next. Kakashi said. I'm Sakura Haruno. What I like, the person I like is, my hobby is, my dream for the future is. Sakura said and let out a squeal. What do you hate? Kakashi asked. Natsumi. Sakura yelled. Kiss my ass, Pinky. Natsumi yelled. Girls her age are more interested in boys than ninja training. Kakashi thought. Alright, next up. Kakashi said.